How you guys doing today? 𝕊𝕌𝔹𝕊ℂ𝔝𝕃𝔼 here. But before I get started with today's video, I just want to extend a big thank you to everybody tuning into my channel. Without you tuning in, none of this would be possible. So thank you to everybody out there from the bottom of my heart. With that being said, I just want to get right into it. I'm going through YouTube videos this morning and I see a lot of people are not getting along. People are bickering back and forth, arguing, fighting. The only thing I see is all this division that's going on. This is exactly what the people in charge want people doing, is fighting, arguing, not getting along. Divide and conquer, military tactics. I'm just trying to make these videos so that other people come across these things and they're able to wake other people up with it. Good information is contagious, more contagious than bad information. That's why I think it's so important for everybody out there to have a clear understanding of exactly what's going on here. I'm gonna break everything down for you the way that I see it. I'd appreciate it if you guys could do that too. Please comment down in the comment section. Let everybody else know what's going on, the way that you see things. I'm sure people would be very interested to know. What I see going on is a lot of people arguing about the face masks, the lockdowns, everything. Arguing about the stupidest things, not getting along, not coming up with solutions, not coming up with new ideas that can actually fix the problems that we're having. A lot of people are just constantly at odds with one another. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. This is not what was meant to be. This whole situation is not what was meant to be. We're talking here in the United States, me as well as you guys out there, we all speak English, so it's easier for us to understand what's going on right here at home. A lot of people don't seem to notice what's going on globally all over the world, over in Paris, Australia. It's just constantly escalating, and I think it's heading towards something very bad for everybody. With that being said, I'm seeing a lot of people commenting in the YouTube videos that I watch. I should be wearing a mask to look out for everybody else's safety, to look out for my own safety. I appreciate your opinions and I appreciate the way you look at things, people that won't have respect for my ideas. If I choose to not wear a mask, then that's my decision, okay? It's my health at risk, it's not yours. If you're that worried about this infection infecting you, then you have options. I'm gonna break it down for you so you can easily understand it. If the face mask works on you, then why are you worried about what I'm wearing? Why does it matter to you if I'm wearing a mask or not, if you're protected with your mask? If people think that the reason that I'm supposed to wear a mask is to protect you or everybody else around me, then you have options. You can wear a face guard, you can wear goggles or a shield on your face, you can wear a respirator if the mask doesn't work. You can wear a hazmat suit with a closed loop oxygen tank. I see our freedoms being eroded from the inside out, from the people that we trusted to have our best interests. If these people had our best interests, explain to me how, since the beginning from the initial lockdown, so many people have been put out of work every single week. Nearly 750,000 people consistently each week have lost a job. We're just heading towards a disaster here for everybody. If this was about keeping people safe, looking out for people's well-being, they wouldn't be shutting down the economy. They wouldn't be allowing the big box stores to stay open, the ones such as Walmart, Target, Best Buy, all those stores, the ones that barely employ people, and the ones that they do, they used to have full-time positions, part-time for some people. They cut people back on their hours and they've doled out hours to other people. So now everybody's working part-time jobs, not being able to make even ends meet working at these big box stores. Meanwhile, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Amazon, all these places are raking in so much cash for the CEOs. If they were looking out for your best interest, if the government was looking out for your best interest, why is it that you're out of a job? More than likely, you've probably been laid off, or you took on some hardships because of everything that's happened. That's a given for everybody out there, because as this thing continues to go on, it's just going to get harder and harder for people to take care of themselves, take care of their families. The point that I'm trying to make is people should be less concerned with what I'm doing with my health and concern yourself more with what you're doing for your situation, to fix your situation, whatever problems that you might happen to be having. If you think a mask is going to keep you safe, then I feel sorry. If the masks keep people safe, then I'd like for somebody out there to explain to me why they constantly need to keep on doing these lockdowns, to put more people out of work, to divide people even more than they already have been. Meanwhile, the government is giving stimulus to the bigger companies, keeping them in charge, keeping them employed. All the big technocrats like Amazon, Google, Facebook, These people are getting millions of dollars in bailout money, and guess what you're getting? A $1,200 check, breadcrumbs in comparison to what these other people have gotten. And here we are fighting over who's not wearing a face mask. Give me a break. There's going to be people out there that wake up to this. If you don't see what's happening yet, it's a big possibility that you may never see it happening until it really hits you, until you're living out on the streets, when you have no electricity, no way to keep warm, no shelter, no food. Guess what? If you're out of work, explain to me how you're going to be able to feed your family or yourself with that $1,200 check. I'm sure everybody tuning in is taking on some sort of debt as a result of this lockdown, as a result of this infection that isn't even really there. I'm sorry for asking this, but with a survival rate of 99.95%, I just don't see it being that big of a deal as people are making it to be. How come people weren't wearing face masks during the flu seasons every year? And if they were, did they get over it? What's worse to you guys? I want to know down in the comment section. So please leave a comment. Let me know. I'd like to get your take on this. If these face masks work, how come they have proven to be so ineffective? How come cases are constantly surging? Well, Matt, it's because you're not wearing your face mask. How come we have the lockdowns? One thing after another, you guys still don't see that this whole thing is a constant hoax. They use the perfect excuse, an invisible enemy, to blame shift a failing economy on an infection that isn't even really there. Maybe it is there, maybe it's not. And you know what? I'm no doctor, I'm no epidemiologist, but at the end of the day, I have a lot of common sense. And my common sense is telling me that this situation isn't right. There's so many people that have lost their jobs, lost their income, lost their homes. They have no roof over their head, and they're out on the streets not wearing masks. Who's worried about them? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. And I see people down in the comment section in YouTube videos telling me I should be wearing a mask, believe in Jesus Christ. No, he's going to save us all. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry, but the brainwashing tactics, the manipulation, it may have its stranglehold on you, but it doesn't have that on me. If you have that opinion, then you're entitled to it. You're not entitled to sit there and disrespect my beliefs. If I decide I believe that I don't need to wear a face mask because I feel safe without one, if I decide I don't want to wear one, then that's my right as a free human being. If people out there want to tell me that I should stop caring so much about myself and care more about other people, what are you people doing to care about other people? What are you doing to put a stop to all this? It's the way I'm looking at it. The cases are going to keep going up regardless of who's out mingling with other people. There's nobody out for Black Friday shopping. That's just a gauge to show you just how bad the economy is. Forget about the infection for a second. Think about the economy. Think about the negative effects this is going to have on you and your family as a result of the reaction to this infection. We have nearly 1 million jobs lost since the initial lockdown every single week. Can you even think about how many people that equals out to? How many people do you think had a turkey on Thanksgiving this year? Probably half as many as we did last year. And next year isn't going to be looking any better. And I'll tell you right now, anybody out there that tells you we're in a booming economy, this economy's never been better, you've been lied to. I'm sure that most of you people are awake to this by now, but for those that haven't seen my videos before, I have to reiterate some things so that way I get through to some people. The more you wake people up, that's the only way that we're actually going to be able to make a better situation out of a bad situation, is with good information. A lot of people are out of work right now. A lot of people have no income. A lot of people can't afford food. So if this is really a health crisis, then let's start targeting people that are hungry. Let's start tackling the people that are made homeless because of this. What has the government done for you? In all the years that you've been alive, explain to me how the government has positively affected your life. The way I see it, they absolutely have just made things worse. Everything that they do makes things worse. If it's about health, how come people can still smoke? Oh, that's a personal choice? Okay. Then how come I see some parents smoking in their car with their kids? If it's about health, they wouldn't even sell cigarettes at all. If everybody knows that cigarettes cause cancer, how come they're allowed to be sold on shelves? Well, if the government is in charge of controlling the way things go, they're in charge of having these lockdowns, then they should be in charge of putting a stop to these greedy corporations that are just trying to make billions off of the backs of you and everybody else that you know, your communities, the people that you love and care about. What they're doing is turning people into slaves. The way they're doing it is slowly over time, just enough so that they can get away with it, so that you don't do too much about it. I'm starting to see a lot of people in other countries waking up. France, where Emmanuel Macron, he made it illegal to film police in public. Can you believe that? This came right after a film was released of the police beating a man, a music recorder in his studio. And I'm going to share that clip with you guys right now. So check this out. There was a case of this 18-year-old kid over in Australia not wearing a mask. The security guard thought it was the proper response to stranglehold this guy from behind, punch him in the side of the head, and choke him unconscious. It really makes me question if this is really about a mask, if it's not really about control. From what I've seen, it's about control, because this kid, he wasn't causing problems. He just simply wasn't wearing a face mask. And what he did was he went into this restaurant, bar / hotel. I guess he snuck past security more than once, and the security guard's response was to strangle the kid unconscious from behind, punch him in the side of the head, and then drop his lifeless body to the floor. He hit his head, and he could have killed the kid. I'm gonna share this video with you guys, so that way you guys have a better understanding of what I see and the way I see things going. Here it is.
An 18-year-old is forced out of a pub, then this. A sickening drop to the ground before he's lifted and dragged from the Dorset Gardens Hotel in Croydon.
Oh, I was just in shock. Like, everyone, as you heard in the video, were like, whoa, what's going on? Before I recorded it, he was holding him and choking him, and he punched him in the head.
It was sort of like a chokehold sort of thing. Really had his biceps sort of digging into his neck, then passed out.
I don't reckon he deserved it. Like, I mean, to get thrown to the ground for one and then also knocked out, it's a bit disgusting.
Hotel management wouldn't speak on camera because of a police investigation, but they said the teen was ejected, then trespassed to get back in. They also confirmed the security guard is still on duty.
I do believe it wasn't necessarily what he had coming, but he did need to be told.
ℊ𝕃𝔼𝔸𝕊𝔼, 7 News.
I would like to get your take on this. Do you think that kid deserved to be choked unconscious and dropped like a rag doll and dragged out like that? I want to know. Please comment down in the comment section. If you want someone to blame, it's not the people down in the comment section. It's not the guy making this video showing you guys what's going on. I think the last thing that people should be doing is trying to throw the man next to us off the ship as it's sinking. What we should be doing, instead of throwing each other over the side of the ship, we should be coming up with a life raft, solutions to the problems, as opposed to constantly causing a chaotic environment. How is this going to be beneficial to our future generations, to our children? How are they going to live if this is the way that we treat each other right now? If this is the way that we respond in times of crisis? How can anybody be expected to make it through this when people are not working together? That all being said, thank you for tuning into my channel. Without you, I wouldn't be able to make these videos. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I know things are tough right now. Please leave a like on today's video. Please comment down below. And if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.